Good afternoon, Fit Fam. This is Stefan, and today I'll be talking about how you can use fitness as a tool in aiding you in discovering self. Now, I made a previous video describing who are you and really begin to dive on why you want to lead a life of self-discovery and not rely on what people are telling you when it comes to the realization of self. Now, fitness can become a live meditation for you as you begin to explore and really begin to undergo the process of learning self. Now, most people, when they are born, we aren't born with a user's manual of how this body functions and operates. And in the modern educational system and in society, it's very rare that someone is taught these things. Now, in physical education, growing up in school, they teach you some things. They might have you go through physical activities, but there's none of that in-depth knowledge that can really lead to an increase in that kinetic and those other intelligences. And so when you undergo your fitness journey, in the beginning portions, what you're really doing is you're just setting up that foundation. You're building the positive habits. You're building the routine. You're getting the consistency. You're getting that discipline. But as you begin to venture further and further down that fitness journey, as you dive further and further into that discipline, and things begin to get even harder, or the trauma comes up, or as you begin to figure out your why and your purpose, you'll begin to discover more things about yourself that you didn't previously know before. And this can really aid you, as every time you go into a bout of training, it can become a live meditation, as you have to become more in tune with yourself in order to get further and further down that pathway, in order to get your set goal or desire. Really, in order to achieve the highest levels in fitness, whether you're doing powerlifting, whether you're doing Olympic weightlifting, whether you're doing a sport, whether you want to be a CrossFit person and maximize your physical potential, what you have to do is you have to really become in tune with yourself. You have to know how you operate, not even just on a physical level, but on a mental and a spiritual level as well. So let's say you're extremely aggressive. What this might look like in your training in powerlifting, for example, is every time you touch the bar, you're a go-getter. You're like, man, I'm a dog. I'm going to keep pushing. Instead of adding, 5 pounds, you're going to add 15, you're going to add 20 pounds. And even if you don't make it, you're going to go for it anyway. And so in learning what your personality is and what that inner self is, what you can do is you can aid this. So maybe you go in the gym, you're like, man, I know I'm aggressive. Man, I know I like to go get it. Man, but let's take a step back. Or maybe you have more of a air or a passive personality. Maybe you're real meticulous and you're just like, man, I'm gonna add 5 pounds to the bar. I don't want to push the needle too much. I'm gonna sit back, I'm gonna play my game. Well, then maybe you go into the gym, that power training, like, man, maybe I need to be a bit more aggressive. Maybe I've been easing up on that gas pedal a little bit too much. Maybe there's a lot more in the tank. Maybe I'm leaving something back. And so your training can become more dynamic than just you achieving the body you want. You can really begin to work on yourself and develop yourself as a human being. It can really become an area in an environment where self-development can occur. So let's say, for example, you enter into a bout of training and it's extremely difficult. Well, now you can begin to segue into formulating the tools and the skills in order for you to get through that difficult time. So let's say, for example, you're lacking mental toughness, and let's say you have a heavy deadlift set, and you have 5 reps, and you have to lock it in for those 5 reps. Well, now the training has transformed from just a physical aspect to a mental and a spiritual aspect. You have to dive into, okay, what is my why? What is my purpose? And then you have to use that why and that purpose to fuel you in order to get up to that top set. Then it's that spiritual, that inner will that will push you through that top set. And that's just one area of training. And so it can become more of this holistic type of thing that can aid you in every single area. You guys stay blessed. I hope you found this of value as you begin to view not just fitness in you're just taking it through physical activity and senseless movement and action, but it becomes that live meditation, that environment where you're not just growing physically, but you're growing mentally and spiritually as well. You all stay blessed. Have a great rest of your day.